Winners and losers, they so often provide an informative, analytical, and even fun-framing device whenever notable NFL or fill-in-the-blank sport news occurs. Whether it's the aftermath of a big game, trade, draft, you name it, there are typically two sides of a coin to examine. That wasn't the case Thursday, when the league issued its 10-week suspension to former Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, whose banishment takes effect August 26th, whether or not the free agent is employed. By then, and yeah, some rookie you've never heard of will probably benefit from the fact that Baltimore had already cut ties with Tucker, creating an open job to compete for in training camp. But there are no winners from this sad saga. There are most definitely losers, though, and they are as follows. Justin Tucker do. On one hand, he ought to be grateful the NFL's announcement was, per usual, devoid of details regarding his violation of the league's personal conduct policy. And unlike the penalty the league levied against Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson 3 years ago, in what can only be described as similar circumstances at the time, 24 women had filed civil suits against him involving allegations of sexual misconduct. During massage therapy sessions, Tucker has not been fined nor ordered to undergo treatment or an evaluation. Watson was and had to pay $5 million. But Tucker is radioactive. Last season was decidedly the worst of his 13-year career. Still the most accurate kicker in NFL history. He converted a career-low 73.3% of his field goal attempts. It gave the Ravens a convenient excuse to cut a 35-year-old who was at the top of his positional compensation scale. And in light of the sexual misconduct allegations made by Baltimore area massage therapists for incidents that reportedly occurred between 2012 and 2016, no team was likely to touch Tucker before the league completed its investigation into the matter, and there will undoubtedly be less consideration for him now, given he won't be eligible to return until November 11th. But this runs deeper. Again, the NFL didn't offer details as to why it has suspended Tucker, though the Baltimore Banner reported lurid ones in spades. All the while, Tucker, a practicing Catholic, has denied them, characterizing the website's reporting as unequivocally false, yet also won't appeal his suspension. Take that for what it's worth. At this point, it seems unlikely Tucker plays in the NFL again, and what appears to be the final chapter of his once enviable career has probably delivered a fatal broadside to his Hall of Fame candidacy, given the high bar his position already demanded. Baltimore Ravens in a statement issued last month and attributed to Executive Vice President and GM Eric DeCosta. He said, "Sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult, and this is one of those instances." When explaining why the Ravens released Tucker with 3 years left on his 4-year, $22 million extension, anyone paying more than a scintilla of attention knew the move involved far more calculus than that. But that's how the Ravens chose to frame it. They missed the mark. This is the same organization that was spotlighted by the Ray Rice situation in 2014, when the team's top running back was seen on video assaulting his fiancée in an elevator. He was eventually released and never played another NFL snap after being indefinitely suspended. Following the issuance of Watson's penalty in 2022, head coach John Harbaugh said of the Ravens' stance about player misconduct, "Basically, we're kind of zero tolerance. You have to know the truth. You have to try to understand the circumstances. But we've stayed away from that particular situation when we draft players, when we sign them as free agents. I'm glad that we have that policy. For what it's worth, the Ravens just spent a second-round pick on linebacker Mike Green, who's been accused of sexual assault multiple times in the past.